Hello there, everyone. This is the 9th instalment of Brandon's Log, number 9, and it is Tuesday. If you can remember back to last Tuesday, or my second blog, if you'd like to think of it like that, Tuesdays are dissertation kind of talks with our lecturer Matt. Now, again, casting your mind back to last week, I didn't go in because he was doing one-on-one talks, and I had mine pretty much a fortnight ago now. But we're all back as a group now, which is good, because I love the talks. Everyone's helping each other out, it's fantastic. Yeah, I've got a bit in mine that someone in my group, Will, he's doing about, people's techniques and characterisation for his dissertation, essentially. I can't remember his question in full detail, so I can't give him full credit there. But obviously part of mine is developing a character's voice for, obviously, voice acting for animation. So I said any information I find on that, he can happily share it with me. And same for him if he does some research on it and I haven't got that. He'd, let me have a look at it, which is all nice. It's all great. It's all, everyone's sharing. It's all fun and dandy. And we talked today. Basically, everyone went around saying how has it been since, because we haven't been a full group for 2 weeks. So how people have gotten on. Some people have already gotten their questions back from interviewees, which is really good work, really quick. I mean, I've with my questions, I've kind of said they've got, January is the latest because I want to start writing this over the Christmas period. So January at the latest, so they can have a good think about it. I've got a good question in it, where it's, I like to think it's quite philosophical in the part of voice acting and acting. How, some actors may get typecast, but are voice actors free from that because they don't actually, the audience don't see their face and they can hide behind, changing their voice. And also, the animation could differ. So, what voice? So, it'll be good to see people's opinions on that, because obviously some characters may get typecast. Like, the only one I can think of is Seth MacFarlane. People look at him and he's done loads of characters. He's absolutely flawless with all the characters, but he'll always be known for doing Peter Griffin or Stewie Griffin. And yeah, if people see him on the street, he's quite a big shot. I don't know how many times he's been on an actual public street, but people would obviously recognise him and go, okay, that's the Family Guy man, do the Family Guy voice. And obviously, he's done loads of other stuff. That is the major one for him, though. But he's done loads of other stuff. Like, he does his jazz songs. I know that, because I follow him. And he's a fantastic singer. But he will always be known for being the Family Guy voice. But that's just kind of what I was thinking when making up that question. Other than that, everyone went round. Everyone's pretty happy with how they're going. I'm pretty happy with how I'm going. Could have a possible 4 more interviews, Possible is... I reached out to an agent and she said she has clients that do animation voices. It's a voice acting agency. I should mention that. But they mostly do commercial voiceovers and radio things. But some of them, like I believe it was 4, she said, do animation. So she had asked them if they'd do the questions, and I've sent her the questions so she can send them out then, and then bring them back to me. So there's only so much I can do now, apart from, sit back and wait for them to come back, if they do. But, yeah, I'm happy that, because if they do get back to me, that's 6 interviews, that's, all together. Which is kind of the target, which is like, woo, I'm on target. But more will be better. Essentially, that's what Matt was going on about. Yes, 6 to 8 is the target, but a lot more is a lot better. don't limit yourselves kind of thing. Ooh. But yeah, we did chapter structure. Well, some of us did, because we haven't done chapter structure with Matt. We didn't talk about it in the one-on-ones. Some people did. Some people were smart enough to think ahead. To which I've got mine down. I wrote down quite a lot. To which, obviously, when Matt came to look at mine, he's like, ooh, that's a lot. We may need to group them up a bit, essentially. Give them flashier titles. I guess at the end of the day, the dissertation is... yes, it's supposed to be informative and formal, but there's nothing to suggest you can't make a snappy title to intrigue the reader. Whoever's reading it, go, oh, okay, fair enough. Let's see what this is about. So yeah, I've put it down into mainly 5 chunks. Introduction, pretty standard. 2 would be the history of animation and the beginning of voice acting for screen. Flashier title incoming, you know. The 3rd one would be kind of the actor's voice, accent work, vocal range, training, upkeep of said voice, and then 4th would be the development of character voice, like I said earlier. So obviously there's going to be loads of different techniques and stuff in that one, and Matt thought that was a particularly good one that could be a good sizable chunk of the dissertation. That's going to be the massive thing, because I have followed this kind of... how I have structured my questions before, I've followed it in this. Because ultimately I do have to refer back to my question, how does one develop a career in acting? So obviously you have to work on your voice, you have to work on yourself, and when you're given a character bio, you have to read it, all the characteristics, what it's like, and then try and come up with a voice for it. Which, it may sound easy. Oh, just, this is a character, this is what he's going to look like, come up with a voice for it. By all means, you can come up with a way he may sound, but for a voice actor, you have to come up with that as well. Make sure your voice is able to perform that, and perform that fully. Have a full thesaurus of what it would say, how it would say, and keep it in that character. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to acting normally, yes, you've got to come down with a character voice, and you've got to keep in character through all the way, and you've also got to do movement and stay in the thing. But as a voice actor, it is solely, that is what people will focus on the most. So it can be a big pressure thing. To which, yeah, I think it's overlooked. I think it's overlooked, and voice acting is definitely overlooked. Especially since the majority of people who watch cartoons are children, so they won't think about it at all. They won't sit there watching SpongeBob and go, yes, they have got very good voice actors in that. I particularly like Squidward. No. Bitch kid. No, where was I? Oh, yeah. And then obviously 5th would be auditioning and casting people. Hopefully try and get some, casting agents, how they would cast a voice actor. To which, again, they've been less reluctant to talk to me since more or less than the actors. But at least they've gotten back to me. That's what I'm saying. At least the actors have gotten back to me. And obviously that's going to be containing developing relations with animation studios. I.e., I have tried to email the guy, can't remember his name right now, but you'll know him. He does all the Pixar films. He's normally had a voice in that, like he's the pig in Toy Story or the truck in Cars. I just remember those specifically for some weird reason. But yeah, he's always been in a Pixar film. Like, that's normally his voice. Like, he was the construction guy in Up. It's just bit parts, but he's in every film, and that's solid work. So obviously, you got to develop relations with them. There's tons of animation studios in Japan, so obviously that's anime, massive industry, loads of different, lots more, what's the word, I'd say indie studios there. Then you got the big ones, like in Britain you've got Aardman with their stop motion and stuff like that. And then you've got Disney, the big one, and Pixar and DreamWorks, stuff like that. So it's obviously having to keep up the relation if you want solid work, if you're not obviously a big star that they're going to draft in to hook people in. Because I'll watch this new animation film. It's got Morgan Freeman as the voice of a teacup. I don't know. But yeah, obviously you're not going to get overly famous from doing voiceover work because it's the character. The character is the main focus, not the voice. But it is the most important part. I'm just talking bollocks now. I think I've gone on for long enough. Obviously ending with a conclusion. Yeah, how to sustain the career. That'll be how I finish it. But, yeah, other than that, good day. Good day. Good day, everyone. Bye.